Hey guys! So in this lab, we learned how to make simple animations within Unity. And in this video, I want to show you guys how to take these animations and make them just a little bit better. So going from this to this. And you can see the after animation looks a lot better, and the whole process really only takes around 5 minutes in Unity to do. Alright, so let's begin. I'm just going to set things up here real quick. All I did was make two empty transforms, one for the player and one for the floor. They don't actually do anything, they're just sprites. I just added sprite renders to them. But what we're really interested in is this animation window. If you don't have it open, go to Window Animation, and we're going to create an animation for player. Let's call it New Animation. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is click this red button to toggle on record mode. This basically just tells the animation window to start tracking our changes. We're going to scrub forward 30 frames, which is half a second, and all we're going to do here is just drag down our player to about right here. And you'll see these two keyframes pop up. You might be familiar with keyframes from other applications. All it means is it tracks location at this time. Let's actually just fix this by setting the X position back to 0. And finally, I'm going to just Control C and go to 1 minute in and Control V to finalize the jump animation. And now let's play back what we have. Yay! Alright, so it's not that good yet. If we go to curve, we can see exactly what animation we sampled. So you can see it just goes down in a straight line and then back up in a straight line. The green tracks its movement. Okay, so how can we make this better? Introducing the 12 principles of animation. I referred to this in the lab. This list was actually introduced by Disney all the way back in the 1930s, and it influenced some of our earliest cartoons. It's often referred to as the Bible of animation, so it's good stuff. And I'm going to be demonstrating two of the principles here to get you guys started. And we're going to be starting with our first principle, timing. Our character right now doesn't actually follow the rules of gravity, you'll notice. Physics says things should move the fastest when they're near the ground, near the point of contact, while they move the slowest at the highest point in the air, as the acceleration is the lowest. So how do we emulate this? So first, let's set the first and final keyframes to flat interpolation. And looking at the curves, what this does is it just gives it the rounded end. The tip of movement is now a bit smoother, and if we play the animation, okay, wait, one sec. I'm actually going to drag this down a little bit. Okay, but when we play the animation, it's already a lot better. It's just a little bit smoother. But we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go to our middle keyframe, take the tangents, turn it to free, and now on the curves view, you can see these two lines. We're going to drag them up and kind of just exaggerate this V shape. Give it a bit more oomph. And now when we play it, yeah, this is a lot better. Alright, so now we're going to get into our other principle of animation. This one's a little bit more time intensive. It's called squash and stretch. For demos, you can look up these things called smear frames. And yes, someone actually spent the time to draw this. And they do it on purpose though, because while it does look weird when you pause it, when you play a bunch of frames quickly, your brain, it fills in the gaps and it makes a smooth, cohesive pattern of movement. So yes, we are going to be making smear frames. Below transform position, you'll see add property, and we're actually going to go to scale. So click add that, and now we're going to go back to our dope sheet view and we're going to start recording again. So during this process you can experiment, but I want to emphasize one detail, and that's right up here. We want to keep the total scale at 1. What that means is for a planar of unit scale, when you multiply your new x and y values together, you should always get 1. Okay, so this works better by demonstration. We're going to make a new keyframe here, just for scale, right? And I'm going to take this guy and actually, let's bring x to 1.67 times the original. So he's wide now, right? And this is equal to 5/3, so we're gonna make our y equal to 3/5, 0.6. This looks weird, but don't worry, it'll look cool in a little bit. Actually, let's go to like frame 25-ish and another keyframe, keep it just at 1. All right, so let's play what we have so far. Yeah. You can see it already coming together a little bit. I'm going to speed up and just finish the process. So the still isn't perfect, but what I have here is that the player is normal from 0 to frame 25, then he shrinks, or well, he gets squashed, and then he gets stretched, and then he gets squashed, and then he gets narrowly stretched just a tiny bit, and then it goes back to normal again. Great. So this is what the finished animation clip looks like. Alright, if there's one thing I want you all to take away from this demo, it's working with Unity's animator, working with these keyframes. A lot of the animation techniques can be found online. There are so many resources taught by really talented professional artists. I wanted to demonstrate how in Unity we can use a few keyframe techniques to make our animations better. And I encourage you all to explore more for yourself. Thank you.